Dear Pam, a little bit I agree with Greg in that it sounds like the things that you say about him are contradictory. That he's breath of fresh air, and then like goes on these sort of hateful torrents of venom spite about his ex-wife and children and custody battle, and that's not sexy. And also, I don't know, that the alarm bells are ringing because this is someone that he loved, like, enough to marry, enough to, have children with, and, she's a liar, okay, whatever. But he sounds like he has a real rage problem. And if you say that you begged him not to do that, and he still does, and about someone that he was once so in love with that he thought that he could forgive her downfalls, or you get married to people that you think like there's a big commitment, you think like we'll work it out. I think that's the sort of subtext of a marriage. Of course I say that now, I'm like the least experienced person in the whole world. Well, I mean, there's others, but given my age bracket, I'm not a dater. But I did have, let's say, a modern family. So I see my fair share of really angry custody battles and really, really, really angry parents. So I know. But that's not your role. You don't. No. What I would do is, if he still does it, even though you said not to, because maybe he just has nobody else that he feels like he can talk about, or maybe he feels like it's just this kind of sort of like possessive devil that he just can't stop thinking about. He needs to see a counsellor. They need to. I mean, if it's in the courts now, it's gone beyond mediation. He needs to see a counsellor, because I imagine that it surely wouldn't just be you. It would be manifesting in many parts of his life. It sounds, yeah, like he's overwhelmed with rage and hatred and disappointment and hurt. And you're not a professional at this sort of stuff. You cannot effectively guide him through this. And certainly I think it would be uncomfortable if you did. Who wants to hear about, that kind of, nobody wants to hear about their lover's past. Unless you're me. And then you just have this kind of masochistic need to evaluate yourself and do so negatively. I wouldn't recommend it. And even when it does rear its ugly head, you got to be like, well, that's none of your business now, is it? And do that. But for most people, it's like, bro, I don't want to hear about your exes. He needs a counselor, man. And counselors are different to lovers. But, listen, I'm sure that you can find, you can find another breath of fresh air.